Hello, everyone. This is the weekly review for U.S. history from February 1st to February 5th as we continued working on our unit on the Roaring Twenties. We started the week working on a Pear Deck presentation. It reviewed the Roaring Twenties and covered terms like era, theme, events, turning points, and people. You not only had to define them, but also come up with examples of them from the 1920s. We continued working on the first formative assessment. It was due on Wednesday, February 3rd. We enjoyed our first and the school's second snow day of the year on Tuesday. We continued with focusing on the executive functioning skill of perseverance, trying even when things were difficult. We completed our first exit ticket, reflecting on our learning and the meeting of not only learning goals, but how well we did at working on that executive functioning skill of perseverance. We had a writing prompt on enduring themes. Where you had to think about explaining the significance of at least one enduring theme in the era and come up with two examples. And then I asked you to choose one of the themes that I listed below: science and technology and society, culture, or people, places, and environments, and then write two examples from the era of the 1920s that connected to that theme. This got us started and prepared us for our thinking around working on the summative assessment. The summative assessment was assigned this week in Google Classroom. There were 5 different things that you had to do. I'll just paraphrase quickly that you had to explain the significance of at least one enduring theme in the era. You had to explain the details of at least 2 significant events. You had to evaluate the impact of at least one important person. You had to explain how the elements of this era suggested implications for the future. And you had to compare and contrast and or describe causes and effects in relation to major events, turning points, people, themes, or implications. What's coming up next? We'll be working on our next unit on the Great Depression, but we will continue to work on the formative and summative assessments for the previous unit on the Roaring Twenties. And we will also be working on analyzing primary and secondary sources. That will be the next goal we'll work on when we move on to our next unit. That's it for now. Take care.